Have you been feeling the crazy effects of the planetary movement? Feeling a little confused and lost, but yet getting clear guidance through your strong intuition and just not sure which direction you need to take? If you're feeling this energy, then you're in the right place, because I decided I was going to make a video about this Neptune and Aries and Mars and Aries, all the energy in Aries right now. So buckle up, let's walk into this energy. My name is Sunny with Sunny Healing Intuitions. I usually do healing tip podcasts, but I have kind of been in this energy of confusion on what steps to take. And I've been doing so much as far as healing, I thought maybe I would try to aim towards the energy that we're feeling right now and just kind of explain why you may be feeling certain ways in case you're not really sure. I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow this quite intensely. I do also work with the map of my natal chart. So I'm very in tune with the energy. I had a lot of stuff coming through. So I did write a lot of notes. So just bear with me as I try to read my own writing. I usually type, but my computer is in the room and I just didn't want to deal with having to read that on the screen because it can be distracting and I can lose my spot. So anyway, we're going to jump into this really quick. And after I'm done with this, I am going to pull a card to give a little bit of guidance. And tomorrow I will be doing a new moon reading for Aries. New moon in Aries is on April 17th, depending on where you are in the world. So I'll be giving insight on that tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live, see if anybody wants me to bring through a message for a $5 donation. So, all right, let's get into it. So right now we've never seen Mars in Aries conjunct Neptune. So Mars in Aries, this is Mars' home sign is Aries. And that's about action, drive, and speed. Like forward movement, quick. Almost like that Eight of Wands energy of wands flying forward super quick, okay? Wands are always about passion, creativity, and travel. Then we have Neptune, which is fog, dreams, and illusions. This energy is no joke, okay? Mercury also stepped into Aries, so this could affect, communication, technology, things like that. So your direction right now for where you want to head is not fully clear right now. So do not take action. Don't force things to move. It's not time yet. Okay. After this new moon in Aries, I would say there'd be a little bit more movement forward and clarity, but right now we're just not there yet. The new moon is all about planting the seed, and that's why we have to have all of this stuff come up. There's probably a lot of past trauma, beliefs, old stories, maybe old, people from the past showing up. I know I've got a lot of that showing up in my life lately. But it's just to show you what you need to see in order to release that before the new moon, because we need to get clear on where we're going, how we want our life to look, and all of the jazz in order to plant that seed in an aligned place. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I love to hear from y'all. Share your experiences. I will respond to any questions that come through. If I don't know the answer, I know who I can send you over to that has that information, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to know, right now I'm very much moving at the end of this month, and I have no idea where I'm going. So you can imagine how I feel. So just to give a little heads up that I am right there with you. All right, so right now, here's what you may be feeling. Low energy. Even when you feel like you should be motivated, you still feel tired. You still feel like it's hard to focus. Your thoughts may be scattered and all over the place. You may walk into a room and be like, why did I walk in here? You may lose your keys and they're in your hand. I mean, it's that kind of energy. Forgetting words. This happened with me a lot this last weekend when my cousin was here. It was like I was trying to, we both had this thing where we were trying to say a certain word and you had to find something else to describe it, maybe using 3 or 4 words. That's definitely something that will be happening. Feeling off, tired, and needing more sleep than usual is totally normal. Confusion when taking steps. This is why we're not meant to push or act right now. Strong intuition, but mixed signals. This just means to trust the guidance that you're getting, write it down, and then if you need to meditate or come back to it later, do that. Don't push it or force anything to come through because it's not going to. It's meant to be this way so we can be very discerning about what's going on in our life and how we're feeling. Strange vivid dreams. I know I have been having a lot of vivid dreams, especially of people from the past. Old karmic energies playing out. That's pretty much what it is. But definitely journal if you remember your dreams because there could be a pattern showing up. And then we also have emotional waves. We've got that fog delusion. Fog dreams and illusion. This could be, something from the past comes back up and it brought back that feeling that you had at that moment. But maybe that was the emotional release that you needed. Just hold yourself with grace and patience right now because this all needs to happen. It's meant to happen because Aries is the first sign of this 2026 fire horse energy taking off. But we're still in that moment where we need to really journey deep within and not pay attention to the external world. I know that it pisses some people off, but all of the distractions are illusions to get you to live in fear and to control you. That's all it is. I will tell you, I do not believe that we went to the moon or circled the moon. There's all kinds of things that are so obvious, and yet people still believe it. So, that's as deep as I'm going to go as far as that goes, but Mars wants fast action, and Neptune slows, burns, and dissolves. So we really have that push and pull energy. There's a lot of expansion, and then as soon as we can expand as far as we can go, we have to contract again. And that's just a pause. It's a reset. It's not hindering your growth by any means necessary. This is just a pause. So be mindful, pay attention on the road. There are slower reactions, distracted people out there. So just pay attention, be mindful. Be mindful if you drink or take any substances because the effects are definitely a lot stronger than they normally are. Just be mindful, especially if you drive. It's not worth it. Double check information. There's so much misinformation out there right now. Misinformation is so high and I see it everywhere and people are just spreading it around. Double check the facts, okay? See the wording? I'm telling you, it's very, very much strong energy right now. Don't rush decisions because things may not be what they seem. And this is another thing, avoid conflicts because this is just going to create chaos. A lot of people are seeing things in ways that they're not. People are getting misinformation. People are getting triggered by others, speaking their truth because they're not ready to face theirs, People are growing outside of their normal societal, communities. And this is very triggering to people who want to control others. And sometimes we realize that we're being controlled by others, during this lunation or during this transit. Trust your intuition, but be very discerning. Meditate on it before you react or respond to anything. So a lot of major decisions in media is they're acting on impulse, okay? Mars acts impulsively. Neptune is, there's a lot of things happening in the media through illusions and altered imagery. We all know AI is very big right now. Certain someone made an image, put it out there, pissed a lot of people off, and then had to retract it. And that's what they did. They acted impulsively through illusion and altered imagery. And then it was followed by confusion and mixed signals. Then it had to be reinterpreted. So just make sure that you're not paying attention to every single thing in the news and in media, because a lot of it is not true. And it's just it's causing more fear and panic in people that is not necessary. All right, so things we can be productive in during this time that could be very supportive for us. Creativity, like art, music, dancing even. Dancing helps move that energy, especially when you're listening to music. Music and art is very healing. Art's like color therapy. Music is sound healing. And if you listen to positive music, even better, because you want to be singing words that are positive, not, rap songs from back in the day, which, I mean, I loved that music too, but I don't sing those songs and listen to it anymore, because it's your brain doesn't know the difference when things are going through it, and that can throw off our signal to the universe. When we take action, things could be out of alignment. So just try to focus more on positive music if you can. Reggae is great. I love reggae. There's a lot of dubstep reggae if you're more into that. Just some suggestions. But sound healing is very good during like frequency music. So if you want to meditate and your mind can't slow down, that might be a good way to do that, is listen to some frequency music, and that'll kind of help you like to keep your mind on your breath and the music. Very healing. Right now there's strong intuition available, so meditation, again, very strong. I would definitely keep a journal right now, because there's going to be a lot of insight coming through that. Even old things showing up, that needs to be cleared through, is very good to journal. Very healing to write things out and get it on paper, because it really shows us what we're dealing with inside. And as we write, sometimes things come up that we didn't even realize. Compassion and helping others is very good to do right now, and it's always good to do. This is, how we can show more compassion and love in our community that may be going through something, or you may be helping someone and not even realize it, just by giving them a compliment or offering to bring their trash to, where they put it if they're older, things like that. Help out your loved ones. Help out your community. We need to come together right now, okay? We need community. We need connection. We all do. So let's come together. Spiritual insights, kind of been mentioning that, so that's very strong right now. So if you are someone who talks to your guides, your angels, your spirit team, whatever it is, your higher self, God, whoever you believe in, very strong right now. So I would definitely tap into that energy and make that a daily practice. The more you do it, the more information shows up for you. The more that you open up towards your intuition, you may see more magic in your life. I know I have. Actually, not may, you will see more magic in your life. When we're more present and compassionate and open, we see way more magic happen. And gentle approach, even towards yourself, towards your family, towards your community. If somebody's acting a fool, just say, you know what, I hope you have a good day, but I have to, step away. It doesn't need a reaction. It's their own shit. It's not on you. Just avoid it. Avoid conflict. You don't need it. All right, so challenges right now. Okay, so again, we have that low energy and burnout. So no pushing, no forcing. When the body tells you to slow down, slow down. And of course, that means, if you can. Weak immunity, illness, and virus. This is very huge right now. Of course, they're talking about another pandemic. I don't know that that's actually going to happen, especially since a lot of people are seeing through the illusions lately. But there could be a lot more illness, so just take care of yourself, okay? Getting out in the sun, getting out into nature is definitely helpful for your immune system. So I would recommend that. Just be safe with the sunlight. Okay, so intoxication, stomach issues, which could include diarrhea, and headaches. So we're being blasted by solar energy right now, or our frequencies are rising, so we can open up to some of the things that are going to be happening within the next year. And I'm not going to get into that yet, but I will be going further down that rabbit hole pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but I do want to approach that with tender love and care, so might be a minute. Of course, if you ever have anything that you want to know more about, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to make more videos. Confusion and lack of direction. This is exactly why we need to pause, observe, and reset. Escapism, like avoidance and substance use. I am Cali sober, which means that I do partake in marijuana. But when I recognize that I'm feeling something that is not my current situation, that it's something from the past, I'm not escaping from it. I'm sitting in it and I'm observing it, and then I name it, recognize it, and then I let it go. And this is actually an activation. This is helping you to activate more of your higher frequency than living in that low frequency. And if we're not living, it doesn't necessarily mean we're living in a low frequency, but we are rising up right now as a collective and on a personal level. There's a lot of lies, scams, and misleading situations. And this could very much get you, especially with this low focus energy, which is another challenge right now. So double check everything. Don't make any rash, quick decisions. I know things can look exciting, but they could definitely be something that isn't what it seems. So just be very cautious right now. I'm not trying to put any fear into anybody. This is just information that's going to help support you during this transit. So again, Mars is masculine energy, so it wants that drive, action, and speed. But right now we need to kind of anchor ourselves, and we can do that by using Saturn's energy, which is also in Aries. This will help us to stay rational, to set boundaries, and don't believe everything you feel. So, again, those old energies could be coming up. And then, or even you could be, because anytime people are within our energetic field, our aura, which is about 3 feet out, to be honest, it's pretty expansive, we can pick up other people's thoughts and emotions telepathically. And that is definitely a strong energy right now. So be mindful. Like if you're having a great day and you walk in the store and all of a sudden you feel like anxious and nervous and paranoid, check in with yourself and ask if it's yours, and you will get that clarity. And once you recognize it's yours, just say, this isn't mine, I let you go. I am happy, I'm having a great day, and I'm staying there. That's it. That's all you have to do. Don't react. Not everything needs a reaction. So you can be compassionate, but don't lose common sense. That's definitely my advice for that energy. Rest more than usual. Don't force productivity. Move slower but consciously. This will help you to not be so clumsy. I straight up walked into the wall. Needless to say, I did not turn on the lights, but instead of putting my hands out like I normally do to go to the bathroom, I don't like to turn the lights on because then I feel like I can't go back to sleep. I literally walked right into the wall. It was so funny, but it did hurt. So yeah, move slower but consciously. Create something. This is very artistic energy. Fire energy. It's tapping into your passions. That's why I'm wearing yellow and red. Tapping into that solar plexus sacral chakra. I mean, that helps you to create action from a place of creativity. All right, so that's a very beautiful energy to work with. Definitely verify facts before reacting. Gonna repeat that. Verify facts before reacting. Not everything in the media or online or what's posted is always true. And give yourself more space when making decisions. Before you make a decision, just say, look, I've got to sleep on it. Let me let you know tomorrow. I'll let you know in 24 hours. If there's anything that is forcing you to make a decision right away, it's not meant for you. So it's okay to say no. Not every opportunity and not every person and not every job, not every project is for us. So nothing is going to need you to decide right now. All right? Maybe you might have to with work, obviously, but be discerning in your own situation. I think we can all use a little bit of common sense more now these days. So the slower you act, the better. This will help you to stay more aligned with what you want or how you want to feel. And spiritually, this transit, it will align your motivation with your dreams. So focus on that. Focus on your dreams. This new moon in Aries is coming up, and this is a clean reset. It's a new start or many new starts, and it helps you with courage and independent action. And that's what we need. We need more independent action rather than external validation. It's not helpful. They're not living your life. Only you are. So tap into that intuition more. Meditate more, even 5 minutes. Just sitting there staring out at the beautiful sky, or watching the tree blow in the wind, or listening to the birds. Slowing your mind down slows your body down and resets your nervous system that maybe is on overdrive right now with all of this energy. Okay, especially if you're a person that's out there working. I've been inside working for quite a few years now, but eventually I have to get out there. So let's just try to find those moments of peace and calm. This brings clarity. April 19th to the 20th, Mars is conjunct Saturn, which brings structure, discipline, and long-term direction. So we are headed towards the time 22:22 on the clock. Time will come where we have to make decisions, where we have to start creating movement, and come from a place of discipline and structure. So right now is that time to empty out the tank of all the old crap so we can start new in a aligned place and start taking that action from a more aligned, calm, focused place. So the fog won't last, okay? What you do after this fog is what matters most. So again, not time for action. Right now, we want to pause, observe, and adjust. Slow down and ask yourself what you truly want. Write it down, get clear on it, meditate on it. Maybe write down things like, where is your energy calling you to move next? What is it that you truly want to feel in your life? What brings you joy? What allows the flow of love in your life? How do you want your future to look like? That's really good information to get clear on right now. So observe this energy and how it makes you feel, because a lot of planets are going to be meeting Neptune and Aries over the next 13 years. And working with this energy of how you feel now and making it clear in your journal or just however you can will help you to navigate this energy as we move through these other transits coming up here soon. So with that, we're going to go ahead and pull a message from the Alchemy deck, and I'll read the message from the book. This will help us to get a little clearer on what we need at this moment, or any advice that is needed. Oh, we got 2. Okay, cool. We got smoke and winter with sparks of light in the back. That's beautiful. So we've got smoke and winter. I love that. It's beautiful. All right. So I'm going to read both of them, but before I do that, let's get a little sip of water here. Okay. Smoke. Smoldering warning illusion. That is perfect. Smoke is a tantalizing phenomenon, stealth-like and seductive. It swirls and twists, rising and disappearing. It kind of reminds me of that energy I was talking about, the expansion and the contraction. It travels great lengths with its signature scent, warning of a flame somewhere in life's laboratory. Such is the nature of the smoke card. When present, the senses are aroused and enticed, yet the warning of fire cannot be ignored. What kind of smoke is it? Was it the fire intended, a ritual or accident? Does the smoke carry notes of incense and herbs, or is it laced with fear-stricken scent of destruction? The smoke card asks us to wake up, to become alert to what is happening around us. Something burns. Those around you may fall under smoke seduction, or they may flee in panic. Don't get distracted by their response. Stay in your own laboratory and see what emerges as you study the smoldering veil. See, that is so what I was just talking about. It's like other people around you may smell smoke or fire, but you are seeing through the illusion, and it doesn't mean you have to follow their distress call and react. And sometimes we can't wake them up from that smoke or fog. So we have to stay in our own laboratory and take care of our own shit. Is the easiest and best way I could put it. I mean, it really does talk about this, right? The image of smoke and mirrors applies. Don't be surprised if things aren't what they seem. Have patience and pause on major decisions. Dang. All right, so now we've got winter, which we're going to go, just past it. All right. So this is Solace, the Pause, the Hermit. In alchemy, winter comes first. It is the beginning, the origin. As winter casts its blanket of stillness across the land, we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot, under the surface. In the glimmering snow and sparkling ice, we see winter's water in crystalline form, each droplet a prism into the mystic realm. Don't get caught up in the gloom or isolation of this season. Rather, spin toward the sacred light. Spring will come in time. See, this is talking, the message to ponder is the activity within dormancy. So even though we feel like we should be moving and we feel tired but like feel like we should be motivated, it's not time. We're not clear on where we're going. This is the time of pause to do that, to get clear and to observe what's going on around us so we know what is meant for us and what is not. Because there's so many illusions happening. It's all dissolving. But we can't let that, stir the pot in our lives. We have to just take notice, observe it, and don't respond and judge it. Just allow it to be, because that's all it is it's it. What we observe, sorry, I'm getting